welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Today's editorial is all about a sports event, two events rather, related to football. And though it is a familiar topic, I'm sure you all know about sports, football, though it is not that popular. The reason for bringing this particular editorial, there are a lot of words to learn. You can learn a lot of words. In fact, in my opinion, there are about 20 plus words. But because of the time constraint, I brought about 10 words. So let us start the session with the question, what is enrichment? As usual, you improve your comprehension skill related to sports and you improve your effective vocabulary. A lot of words, some go with sports, some go with general English, effective English, and grammar consolidation. Some important aspects are there. Effective English, mini mocks. Let us start with the question, what is this about? When you ask the question, what is this editorial about? The answer. This article or editorial discusses a nationalistic fervor, means the passion, nationalistic fervor, and excitement generated by the recent European Championship won and Copa America football tournaments. As I said, it is all about football tournaments in two different continents. One in the Latin American, related to Latin American countries, though it was conducted in the USA, and the other one related to European Championship. What is the tone? Because for any sports, two teams win different areas, different tournaments. It has to be celebratory. Based on that, the tone of the article is enthusiastic and celebratory. You can guess that also. Good morning to all of you. Please listen to the editorial vocabulary. A lot of words, important words are there. The very first word, Kindle. Kindle today it has become very popular, courtesy Amazon and Kindle, part of speech verb, to arouse or inspire an emotion or feeling. To arouse, bring out. Who is this? AR Films, if you don't understand, you please don't watch. Don't tell us what to do, what not to do. If I teach in English, if you follow this, you will be able to improve your English. You want to improve your English, you follow. If you don't want, you leave the platform. Don't tell us what to do, what not to do. Very simple, you have the choice. Those who watch, they improve their English and they get the jobs. Jobs like SBI PO also. That's what we have been doing. And Rajkumar, you block that guy. We don't want students like that on this platform. Here, example, the coach's speech kindled a sense of determination in the players. Imagine the coach has given a very inspiring speech. Then what happens? The players, the enthusiasm, the passion comes out. That's a very good example. The coach's speech kindled a sense of determination in the players. Ignite, spark, stimulate. All the three words can be considered, but the word provoke is not the right word. Provoke has a negative connotation. Provoke, incite, negative words. On the other hand, ignite, spark, stimulate, positive words. Extinguish goes with fire, not exactly here. Suppress, quench. Quench also not the right word. Quench your thirst means what? If you are thirsty, you have water, you quench your thirst. Not relevant in this context. The next word, apprehension. I use this quite often, especially before exams. I tell students before the exam, don't have any apprehensions, don't have any apprehension, or don't entertain apprehensions. Part of speech noun, what does it mean? Anxiety or fear that something bad or unpleasant will happen. You feel something bad is going to happen. Based on that, you feel anxious. Then we say apprehension. Before the exam, you should not entertain apprehensions. There was a sense of apprehension among the fans before the match started. Before the match started, the fans had the apprehension, means the fear that the team may do or may not do well or might not do well. Apprehension. It's only a feeling that something bad may happen. Anxiety, fear, worry, dread. Dread is an important word. Usually we use as an adjective. Dreaded. language. On the lighter side, I give this example. For many candidates, English is a dreaded language, means the most feared language. But it is not like that. English is an easy language. What are the antonyms? Confidence, calmness, assurance. Silos, an important word they have given in bank exams a few times. Part of speech noun, isolated systems or departments that do not communicate or collaborate with others. Usually now we have teams, we have departments. The teams and the departments coordinate with one another. But sometimes what happens, they work in isolation, separation. They don't coordinate with other departments. Then we say they work in silos. Example, the national teams often have to work within their own silos. Have to work, an important helping verb. What is the function? Third person singular, we use has to, other pronouns have to. What does it mean? It is used to express an obligation imposed by an external authority or a situation. Synonyms, isolated, units, compartments, divisions. Antonyms, integrated, isolated, integrated, opposite words, systems, collaborative environments. Vanquish. Vanquish is also an important word we have got for the first time, part of speech verb. To defeat thoroughly. Yesterday we got the word trounce. Trounce also means to defeat, but it goes with the context of elections and politics, polity. And defeat with a huge margin, thumping majority, the candidate has been trounced. That is a different context. Here also same meaning, but in English what happens, you have to know the word usage, word combinations and contextual awareness. This goes more with sports. To defeat thoroughly. Spain vanquished their opponents in the final match. As I said, example also goes with a particular match, sports field. What are the synonyms? Defeat, conquer, overcome. Antonyms, surrender, yield, submit. Yield we have got so many times. Now you have to know. Astute, another important word. Astute, part of speech, adjective. Having or showing an ability to accurately assess situations or people and turn this to one's advantage. Generally, I give the students a meaning related to this particular word. I give the word shrewd because astute goes with formal English, but everyday English we use the word he is a shrewd businessman. He is known for his shrewdness. Some people are very sharp. They assess the situation and people and they try to convert that into to their advantage. Then we say shrewd person. Look at the example. The coach made some astute decisions that led to their victory. Shrewd, as I said, sharp, clever. It's a positive word. All these are positive words. Foolish, ignorant, naive. Naive is an important word. How do you pronounce this? Naive. Means a beginner, a person without any experience. A person without any experience, you have to think of a particular idiomatic expression. What is that? Greenhorn. Greenhorn means a person without any experience, a beginner, naive person. In a way, innocent, doesn't know anything. Helm, we have got a few times. Part of speech verb. Helm, to be at the helm. An important expression you have to remember. At the helm means at the top, controlling everything. And to manage or direct something. The team was helmed by a highly experienced coach. What does it mean? The team is handled or was handled by by a highly experienced coach. Lead, direct, manage, or what is the opposite of lead? Follow, obey, neglect. Though opposite simple words, you don't have to spend a lot of time to remember. The next one, huffed and puffed. Even this idiom we have got for the first time. Huffed and puffed. It has two different meanings. One meaning it goes with physical exertion based on that breathing heavily. To breathe heavily, typically after physical exertion. But in this context, it does not go with that, a different meaning altogether. What does it mean? Look at the second meaning. To struggle or make a great effort. Because it goes with sports arena or field, imagine a particular team struggles a lot to win the match. Then we say they had to huff and puff. Look at the example. The players huffed and puffed through the extra time period. The players huffed and puffed means what? They struggled a lot through the extra time to make the goal, to win the match. Pant usually goes with dogs, panting. Dogs usually take out the tongue and they breathe heavily. That is known as panting. Gasp, struggle. Breathe easily, rest. Simple words. Redeem. I'm sure you all know the word redeem. Redeem goes with shopping. You go to a shop, you buy some stuff, and at the cash counter, they give you some coupons. And next visit to the same shop, you can redeem those coupons. Means you buy 1,000 based on these coupons. You can, when once you redeem, some amount gets reduced. But here, different meaning altogether. To compensate for the false or bad aspects of something, to compensate for the false or bad aspects of something. Look at the example. The player redeemed himself with a spectacular goal. Perhaps a team like offers, you're right, Manasa, very good. Imagine a particular player, first half did not play well. To compensate that in the second half, the player made a spectacular goal. That is, in a way, compensating his bad performance during the first half. Then we can say redeem. The player redeemed himself with a spectacular goal. Restore, save, compensate, forfeit, lose, abandon. Abandon, we have got many a time to leave something or someone when they are in distress. But there's one important word here, forfeit. Forfeit, here it goes with polity. At the time of elections, every Tom, Dick, and Harry cannot contest. If that is the case, you see at least 3,000 plus candidates contesting from a particular constituency. There are some checks. One of the checks, the candidate has to deposit some amount, assuring that he or she may get the minimum number of votes. And we use the term deposit. Sometimes what happens, they don't get those many words, then the money is not refunded. Then we say a layman's language, the candidate has lost his deposit. But here we can say the candidate had to forfeit his deposit. Means as a penalty, they don't return the amount. An important word. He has to lose that deposit amount. Enthralling, a positive word, part of speech adjective, capturing and holding one's attention, fascinating. Something is highly interesting, fascinating, and captivating. You don't feel like turning your head and you focus, you get involved or engrossed in that. Then we say enthralling, captivating, an important word. The match was absolutely enthralling from the start to finish. From the beginning till the end, the match was enthralling. Means what? Captivating, fascinating, and it something like you got involved into that. You got engrossed in that. As I said, synonyms: captivating, fascinating, gripping, boring, tedious. Tedious actually means a tiresome. Monotonous also you have to recollect, uninteresting. There's one word you guys have to know. What is that word? Monotonous. Monotonous. Monotonous means a mono means same. You do the same work every day repeatedly. Then the work becomes monotonous or tedious, tiresome because of the boredom. What is the next word over here? Ah, that's all. As I said, there are 20 plus words, but because of the time constraint, I have brought the important ones, about 10 words. Now let us go to the editorial. How does it start? What is the stimulus? National spirit. To provide the backdrop, this is about football matches. Those who don't know much about football, generally what happens in Europe, there are so many clubs, and these clubs have a lot of money awash with funds. So what they do, they buy the players from other countries. So Argentina, Brazil, they buy the players and they participate in the tournaments, but that is at the club level. But this talks about representing the country between among the countries, inter-country, international competitions. So it talks about if it is not club level, it is imagine international tournament. Obviously, the national spirit comes out. National spirit on the European Championship and the Copa America. As I said, it is about two different tournaments. One is the European Championship, the other one, Copa America. What is the main idea? Euro and Copa kindled. Kindle means what? To bring out, to arouse interest, enthusiasm, passion, nationalist sentiments across Europe and Americas. Why Americas? If you take the North American continent, the South American continent, the South American continent is also known as Latin American continent, Latin America. Together, Americas. So the nationalist sentiments have been brought out because the matches between two different countries or international tournaments. How does it start? There has long been, there has been, tell me which tense is that? There has been a storm, there has been a trouble, there has been a disturbance. It is the present perfect active voice. There has long been an apprehension. There has long been what? An apprehension among who? Among football's romantics, means those who love football a lot. That what was that? What is that apprehension? What is that anxiety or fear? That clubs were slowly chipping away at the popularity of the international game. As I said, in Europe, a lot of clubs they buy international players from different countries, and they're very popular. Based on that, the romantics of the football game, those who love football, they had this apprehension, the fear that the popularity of international game is being chipped away, slowly eroded. But that is not the case. And to substantiate this, why that apprehension has to be justified. Franchises means the clubs awash with here, awash means to have plenty of something, usually water, flooded with, awash with money by the best players from the global market. That's what I've been saying. They buy the best players from the global market because they have a lot of funds, while national sides had to work within silos. If you take the team of a particular country, they may not have a lot of money. So they have to work only with the players of that particular country in silos, means in isolation. And wherever the best talent goes, play tends to be better. That is quite natural. If the best players go to a particular country, you can expect the best performance over there. And wherever the best talent goes, play tends to be better, and the long club seasons provide. And these clubs, they take the best players and they make them play. They get a lot of time and space to improve themselves. The sentence talks about that. And wherever the best talent goes, play tends to be better. And the long club seasons provide ample time, a lot of time and space for what? For tactics to develop, styles to evolve, and thereby skew spectator interest. Actually, skew means distort. It goes with designers. Some design is distorted, then we say skewed. Yet, yet is a word that expresses what is a function, a contrast. Yet can be an adverb, yet can be a conjunction. Yet, that is a perception, but the editorial says still the football matches, international matches, are still popular. And these two tournaments have shown the world that they're still popular. Yet, as Sunday's happenings in Berlin and Miami showed, there's still nothing that stirs the passion of a football fan like international success. A particular team wins an international tournament, then the passion, national sentiment comes out. Nothing can replace that. That's what the sentence says. There is still nothing that stirs the passion of a football fan like international success. Because the team is representing the country. Obviously, all the people of that particular country feel extremely happy, and patriotism comes out, that national fervor comes out. To substantiate that again, Spain's triumph for a fourth time in European Championship and Argentina's for a 16th time in the Copa America sent their nations into frenzied celebrations, even as the vanquished defeated England for a second straight edition, and Colombia went into deep mourning. It talks about the winners, the countries celebrated with a lot of frenzy, means excitement. And the two countries, what are the two countries? One is Spain, the other one is Argentina. On the other hand, negative side, two countries vanquished, means defeated. What are those countries? One is England, and the other one is Colombia. For a second straight edition, England and Colombia went into deep. When you lose, what do you do? Mourning. Mourning usually goes with a death. But sometimes the people are so passionate about a particular thing, and when they don't get it, they lose the match, they mourn a lot. Means they feel very sad and sorrow. Spain's victory came. Now the editorial says gives us information about how could they win Spain and Argentina, the coach behind, the players behind, how they performed, all these dimensions. And some of the names I may not pronounce properly. I did not get time to refer. All unfamiliar names. Spain's victory came courtesy. Courtesy is an important word. Spain's victory came courtesy. Here, courtesy means due to, because of. Courtesy, some astute coaching from Luis de la Fuente and the playmaking genius of Rodri. It also had an ideal mix. Ideal job, ideal mix, ideal platform, ideal situation means a perfect situation. Ideal mix of experience and youth as it played the best football and outclassed heavyweights. Heavyweights means the best countries in that particular field. Those countries, Germany, France, and England, back to back. So, how could Spain win? Because of a particular person, Luis de la Fuente, and the playmaking genius of Rodri, two persons. Besides the third factor, they had an ideal mix of experienced players and also young players, experience and youth. And because of this ideal combination, they could defeat heavyweights like Germany, France, and England back to back. Coming to Argentina, the other one, Argentina helmed by Lionel Scaloni, means directed by, controlled by Lionel Scaloni, and captained by Lionel Messi. Huffed and puffed means struggled a lot, needing a penalty shootout and extra time to win two of the three knockout matches. During the knockout matches, they had to huff and puff, means they had to struggle a lot. And during the extra time, they could score a goal. The two continental competitions witnessed breathtaking performances. Generally, breathtaking goes with a view. What is the combination word? Breathtaking view. For that, we also say panoramic view. We also say bird's eye view. Have you heard of these expressions? They all take the word view. When you go to a hill station, you reach a particular point and you look from there, you see everything. And that is really, it makes you very happy. Then you say, I got a bird's eye view, a panoramic view, or in this context, what is that has been used? Breathtaking view. All mean the same. But here, breathtaking performance means outstanding performance. It talks about the youngsters. The two continental competitions witnessed breathtaking performances by youngsters such as Spanish wingers Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams, German attacker Jamal Musiala, Venezuelan defender John Aramburu, and Brazilian forward Savino. All pretty young. One is only 17, others 22, 21, 21, 20. Pretty young. Because of their breathtaking performances, the teams could win. Georgia and Turkey mesmerized. Mesmerize means to impress someone a lot. When you watch a program, you watch someone doing something, you get mesmerized, means they hold your attention completely and you are completely impressed by their act. Mesmerizing act. Mesmerized with high throttle attacking. High throttle means fast paced. High throttle, it goes with speed. Fast paced attacking football. While Canada made a rousing maiden run. Maiden means what for the first time? A rousing maiden run means coming up based on the situation, doing extremely well to the Copa semi-final. Canada for the first time reached Copa semi-final. James Rodriguez inspired Colombia redeemed itself by reaching the Copa final after missing the 2022 World Cup. Colombia lost in the finals. Argentina won, but Colombia lost in the finals. In the past, they did not do well, but they could redeem. It talks about that. Because of a particular person, James Rodriguez inspired Colombia redeemed itself by reaching the Copa final after missing the 2022 World Cup. However, defending Euro champion Italy, it lost, and a Neymar-less Brazil disappointed. Now it talks about two countries not up to the expectations. They let down the fans. What are the two countries? One is the defending champion Italy and Brazil. Brazil is known for football. A great player like Pele. I think he has passed away recently. And you all know Brazil, one of the top country when it comes to football, one of the best teams. Kylian Mbappe's France, I'm not sure about the pronunciation, a semi-finalist was largely ordinary, not outstanding. The tournaments also mark the end of the international careers. Usually a tournament, recently cricket also, two or three players have announced their retirement from T20 matches. Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli and one more player. Here he talks about the same. Some players, their international career came to an end. Who are those? The tournaments also mark the end of the international careers of Germany's Toni Kroos and Argentina's Angel Di Maria. But two players, they haven't closed the gates yet. But Cristiano Ronaldo, 39, and Messi, 37, who has won a World Cup and two Copa Americas in the last 3 years, have not shut the door yet. Haven't, Jadeja, you're right. Thank you, busy life. Kavya also, I appreciate that. And these two players, internationally renowned, they have a lot of fans, extremely popular. One is Lionel Messi, the other one Ronaldo. 39, 37, they haven't closed the door yet, means they're going to play for some more years. The only sour, you got to be careful. A lot of people say soar, it is not soar. And there are three words you have to recollect. One is soar, means fly high, fly high. The other one, SORE, sore, means painful, sore throat. And this one, it is not sore, it is sour, acidic, sour, not sore. Please remember, how do you pronounce that? Sour. And the only sour note in an otherwise enthralling month of football was a below par organization of the Copa America in the United States. Copa America organized in the US. Before names of some countries, we have to use a definite article the. Not up to the expected level. Below, they had a lot of problems. And below par, to justify that statement, complaints about pitches, training facilities, and ticket prices abounded. Means so many problems were there related to pitches, ticket prices, and training facilities. The final was delayed by more than an hour because of fan unrest. When you see an hour, that is an easy one you have to recollect. An honest man. Nowadays they are giving this one, not a honest, an honest man. And you have to recollect words like honorary, honor. It is an honor. All these words are very important. How does it end? Uncomfortable questions will surely be raised for the US, along with Canada and Mexico, host the 48 team World Cup in 2026. When is the World Cup? Exactly. An honorable. Manasa, you're right. An honorable. After that, so many are there, in fact. I appreciate your contribution. World Cup 2026, how many teams? 48 teams. And three countries are going to host: the USA, Canada, and Mexico. The US will be questioned. A lot of uncomfortable questions will be raised because this time they could not organize well. It was below par. It ends on that particular note. Now, let us go to the questions to test your comprehension skill as well as your listening skill. Read the first one and try to answer. Who was the coach of Spanish national team that won the European Championship? European Championship, Spain won. Defending champion Italy lost. And because of two names were mentioned. Lionel Scaloni, no. Killian, I'm not quite sure, not this person. Luis de la Fuente, clearly mentioned. It is not Tony Cruz. Goes with the retirement. 1C, very good. The next one, which young Spanish player was highlighted for his performance rather, in the tournaments? Jamal Musiala, John Aramburu, Savino, Lemine Yamal. I think Spanish player, the fourth one. Very good, Kavya, you got it right. Yamal, Spanish player. Good, Manas also got it right. Let us go to the third one. What was one of the main organizational criticisms of the Copa America held in the United States? United States was criticized. They did not organize well. It was below par. And what were the problems? What problems did the players face? Lack of talented players? No. Poor pitch conditions and high ticket prices mentioned. Low attendance? No. Poor weather conditions? No. Three things were mentioned: poor pitch conditions, high ticket prices, and lack of training facilities. But that was not given here. Only two have been highlighted: poor pitch conditions and high ticket prices. Which country made a notable run to the Copa America semi final for the first time? For the first time means what? Maiden. And a particular country from North American continent made it to the final for the semi-final for the first time. Which country is that? Canada. Answer is Canada. You don't have to go beyond. It is not Turkey. It is not Georgia. It is not Venezuela. Canada is in the exam. A question like this, first option, you know that is the answer. Tick that one, go to the next question. Don't even bother to look at the other options. Save a few seconds. A few seconds also matter a lot in the exam. Question number 5. Which two players are mentioned as having not ended their international careers despite their age? One player 39, another player 37. Imagine 39 playing football international level. That is something incredible. You got to have a lot of stamina. You have to be extremely fit, physically speaking. And who are the two very popular players? Tony Cruz? No. No. Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. One is 39, the other one is 37. They haven't closed the door yet. They have so much stamina and passion to play. Let us go to mini mocks. Even comprehension questions come under mini mocks. Try to spot the error. Error location, sentence number 1. Earlier, they have to market them in regulated markets where the produce would be auctioned. This is based on contextual awareness. But the other platform, many students could not answer. I was taken aback. Means I was surprised. In my opinion, an easy one based on contextual awareness. The moment you see earlier, means you have to tell the context goes into past. They have to market them in regulated markets where the produce would be auctioned. Would be auctioned also goes with the past context. So nothing wrong with that. Earlier, no problem. They have to. When you talk about a past context, you cannot use a helping verb in the present form. Have to, has to, wrong. What is the past form? Had to. Because the entire context goes into the past, we have to say earlier they had to do this, not have to. Earlier, they had to market them in regulated markets where their produce would be auctioned. Had it been will be auctioned, a different thing. Then also it is not correct. What is the reason? The moment you see the word earlier, you have to tell yourself it goes into the talks about the past context. Then definitely we cannot use have to or has to. We have to use had to. But do remember, my style of explanation, first I give the answer based on the contextual awareness. If it is required, the sentence demands, calls for, I touch the grammar dimension. But I always tell students you have to be a smart learner. Once you get the answer, you have to look beyond. Ask yourself, what else can I learn from this question? What can I recollect and consolidate based on this question? Here, coming to this particular thing, you got the answer. If you stop there, it's sheer waste of time. You have to know for sure what is the function of the helping verb have to or has to. It is used to express an obligation, obligation imposed by an external authority or a situation that you have to recollect and consolidate. Imagine tomorrow you get the job. First day you go to some office, someone receives you and does induction. That means introduces people, your colleagues, and talks about your responsibilities. And all these responsibilities or obligations imposed by the top management, that is external authority. He may use sentences like, you have to report to the manager. You have to report by 8:30. You have to do this. You have to do that. She has to report to the general manager. And that is the first dimension. Second dimension, situation, obligation imposed by the situation. Imagine today is the last day to pay the electricity bill. I will say, I have to pay the bill today. That is not external authority, it is situation. An important helping verb you have to remember. At the same time, you have to recollect. If it is an obligation imposed by the speaker, we use a helping verb must. I must do this, I must go. That is an obligation imposed by the speaker. Both you have to recollect. Let us go to question number 2, error location. Against this backdrop, collection agents from private financial institutions are knocking on their doors for the past 2 weeks, seeking repayment of loans. Try to answer an easy one based on if you're really good at grammar, one reading, you should be able to spot the error. There's a clue for you. In every sentence, you have to look for the clue. What is a clue here? For the past 2 weeks, whenever you see two prepositions, what are they? Since and for. These two prepositions go with two tenses. One, present perfect, the other one, present perfect continuous. Here, for the past 2 weeks, for the last 2 weeks, usually goes with present perfect continuous. Based on that, what is the subject here? Against this backdrop, collection agents from private financial institutes, collection agents, plural, are knocking on their doors for the past 2 weeks. Are knocking, present continuous. You have to say, agents have been knocking. Agents have been knocking on their doors. Which tense is this? Present perfect continuous tense. Do remember, whenever you come across for the last 2 years, for the past 2 years, for 10 years, since so and so time, then you have to think of two tenses, present perfect and present perfect continuous. Question number 3. The girl was found laying unconscious inside a eucalyptus grove by her mother last month and taken to the Tanjavur Medical College Hospital where she died. This is also based on grammar knowledge. One reading, you should be able to spot the error. Here, you don't have to go beyond the first part. The girl was found laying. No, you have to say lying. You have to recollect lie. I have told many a time, can be a noun. Lie can be a regular verb. You all can handle. But lie as an irregular verb. Lie, lay, laying. And what is the present participle form? Lying. We have to use here. And we have another verb. What is it? Lay. That is also a regular verb. Lay, laid, laid. Means to put something down. It goes with eggs, foundation stone, roads, All these. So, what is the right word here? The girl was found lying lying unconscious, not laying unconscious. The word laying is completely irrelevant in this context. Let us go to the next one. Phrasal verbs. I have brought phrasal verbs and idioms both. Both go with effective English. Take aback. This usually it is used in passive voice. I was taken aback. Remember the pattern. I was taken aback. Means I was surprised a lot. What is the answer? Take aback means to be surprised a lot. Take after means to resemble someone. She takes after her mother means she resembles her mother. Take off has three different meanings. One meaning to remove, another meaning to become airborne. The flight took off at so and so time. And third one to do well. Business takes off means they do well. Here take off means remove. Where is it? E is the answer. Talk back, reply rudely. Usually, conversation English we say, don't talk back means what? Don't answer back, don't talk rudely. Thrash out means beat someone severely. See. And beat someone severely, you have to recollect the idiom to beat black and blue. To beat someone black and blue means what? To beat someone severely. DAEBC, very good. Manasa and Kavya. You got all correct. Try to get idioms also, all idioms correct. Then it is outstanding. Dark horse. This is used at the time of elections. At the time of elections, we don't expect some candidates to win. They are known as dark horses. Candidate with doubtful chances of success. When Donald Trump contested, he was a dark horse. No one expected Trump to win, but he won eventually. At daggers drawn, always enmity, hostile, antagonistic. D. It goes with artists, writers, politicians. Elbow room means space in which one can move freely. El Dorado, an important one. It's an imaginary land of plenty and prosperity. Fag end, I use this quite often, every day almost. Fag end of the session means the last part of something. BDECA. Wonderful. If you have got all the 10 correct, you should be happy. That's all for today. I hope you guys have got enriched. Thanks for being with me till the fag end of the session. After the session, we'll provide the PDF, try to access. And today, I haven't brought a lot of words. Today's editorial completely based on vocabulary. Try to go through the editorial and enrich your word power. Thank you very much.